probably a pretty low-scoring matchup, but a big factor, what's going to determine things, who goes at quarterback. That's our Husker hot topic today. Again, some of this is health-related, but who should Nebraska start at quarterback against Wisconsin?
So if Heinrich can't go, Chubba. Period. Like, I don't think that Nebraska... I think Nebraska whiffed on their evaluation of Jeff Sims as a passer. I think he knows how to run, but he has some fumble issues. As Matt Rule has said time and time again, if you fumbled the football, you cannot play for us. And so I think that they will go elsewhere this week if Heinrich can't play. If Heinrich is 85+%, I think it's a toss-up. I'm not entirely sure where they'll go. I still think you go with Chubba because one of the best things that Heinrich brings to the table is how he runs. And if his ankle is limiting that, do you throw him out there? I don't think so.
Yeah, you can't have a one-dimensional Harburg in the game. That's just not a recipe for success. But I do agree with you. I think if he's healthy, if he's able to run, it's his offense. It's his team. He's gotten the wins. He's gotten the results. Like, he is option number one. That's who the Nebraska coaching staff is going to want, fully healthy, ready to go. But again, agreed. I think if you're going to somebody else, it's got to be Chubba Purdy. The spark that he showed last week was a really big boost there in the fourth quarter, and just Jeff Sims' play. Like, yes, week 1 and 2, he had those turnovers as a starter. You can kind of, write it off, say, like, give him another chance. Well, the last 2 weeks when he's gotten in, it's been the same mistakes. Like, this is what the Jeff Sims experience has been at Nebraska. It's been turnovers. It's been, as you've said, good rushing, but just not the depth and of success there in the passing game. And that's going to be a challenge with Chubba too. Like, these guys are all similar strengths, like good runners, but I just think that Chubba's ability to avoid some of those turnovers has showed a little bit better stature at that than Sims has in his time at Nebraska. And, provided that groin isn't bothering too much and he's able to run. I mean, he's a great runner too. So that element of the offense would still be in place. Yeah,
and they need that. Sims just does not... His play does not invoke a lot of confidence.
Yeah, it's tough because the coaches and everybody, talks about how good of a teammate he is. Like,
and I believe
he's always in the meetings, in the huddles, like, sees the game really well. But it's very difficult to match that with what we've seen from his on-field performance.
Yeah, I believe that he's a great teammate. I believe that he's a good leader. I believe that he's, the team thinks he's a good person. I believe all of that. But that doesn't translate to not turning the ball over.
Yeah, and when you turn the ball over at this rate, it's really difficult to say put him back out there on the field.
Yeah, if this game was at home, there's no way that they would be able to throw him out there.
Yeah,
because the fans would boo him off the field before he even had a chance to step onto it.
Yeah, so this quarterback situation, again, this will go till Thursday. When they practice, it'll go till the game in all likelihood. When we finally figure out who's going to be starting. But that's our expectation. They'll try to get Harburg healthy, Purdy, the number 2 option there to turn to if Harburg can't go. So